need to start drinking more water again. I'm not taking care of myself whatsoever. I'm trying not to go buy cigarettes. I'm thinking about quitting smoking cigarettes. Don't know if I'm capable of that. I don't know if it's too loud or not. Yeah. thing that I can think about right now is cocaine. I can't get it out of my head. I don't know why. All I want is cocaine. No. I should like a society. I don't know. I should call a friend or something instead. But I just yeah. I rarely talk to people because I've been so hurt by people. That's why I usually don't talk to people, and so it is very hard for me to understand why I don't have anybody in my life. But I know it's because of my childhood still. I know I grew up in a way that is like horrific actually. This music is quite cool. I can't work right now. I'm too exhausted to work. I have to like build my social network up first because I can't go to work and just pretend to be somebody for so many hours and give myself to a place. Also, like you do when you have a job, because I need friends first. I don't even want to say friends. I just need people around me. I need people around me. That is just the truth. And I feel like it's so hard to find good people around you outside whatever the fuck that is, just nice people, cool people, funny people, like somebody to vibe with. It's all about the vibe around here. And I'm so sick of people not giving me a good vibe. So many backstabbers, also in just like a year and a half, also so many fucking backstabbers that have fucked me over so much, and I'm just so angry about it, because also I just feel like nobody's treating me the way that I deserve, and I don't know why people treat me bad when I feel like I'm a good person. That is just how I feel. But at the same time, I know that I have made a shit ton of bad things against people, and I know that I have been a terrible person when it comes to a lot of things. I have to, I have to like describe who I am as a person. This is just a small like documentary slash like also just documentation for myself, and I want to find like cool people on YouTube that I can like socialize with or whatever. People that I can, I don't know if you can hear this music on, but just people that I can connect to, and I really want to start doing YouTube, but I'm so fucking broke right now, and I have nothing to do also in my life. Really, I don't do anything in my life. I don't do anything because I'm so fucking traumatized by living. And what I mean by that is I'm just so hurt by my mother. I don't know what to do about it. It still affects me every day because my life is still looking the way that she wants it to look like, which is like living hell. And it's because she fucked me over so many times. She betrayed me. She lied about me. She talked shit about me. She stabbed me in the back. She did it like 5 times or so in just a year. My mother is a narcissistic, and she's also a narcissistic satanist. Actually, my mother's a satanist as well, which is kind of complex. Also, so I don't really know what to say about the satanists. Besides, they are from. Also, they come from a place that is not very nice. Yeah. My life got ruined because of my mother. I know my life got ruined because of my mother. I have like nightmares about her almost every night. I'm not scared of her anymore, which is a good thing. I was scared of my mother my entire childhood. I was super scared of my mother. Now I'm just angry with her, because I'm not scared anymore. But she abused me so much when I was a child, and it still affects me. I still have trauma from my childhood, and so it's not nice to grow up with a narcissistic satanist or whatever the fuck I don't know what to call her sometimes. But she is a satanist. I know from God that she is a satanist, and like, you see the devil in her eyes, and that is just the truth. I don't know if I should turn the music off. I feel like I want to, sorry. Like, she didn't want me to have a soul when I was young, so she cursed me. That is just the truth. My mother's a very also, I don't really know what to say about it, but she always told me that she was a witch when I was a young child, and I had nightmares about her. And just I feel like she's a witch, because that's what she tells me that she's a witch, and she's a satanist. She's not a nice yeah. Like, I understand that I'm talking about my mother, but I have to be honest about things, and just she's not a nice lady, if you understand what I'm saying. And so this channel, like I said, right now I don't know what it is, but it's just me talking because I have nothing to do right now besides washing my clothes. And so I'm super frustrated about life. I'm super angry about life, and I just know I don't know. I'm just trying to do something. That's why I'm sitting here, because my life is so fucking yeah. I'm so just damaged by myself as well. Like, I know I don't. My mother is not the only one to blame. I know I have betrayed myself as well, a shit ton. I know I have, but I'm still angry with her because she abused me so much when I was younger. If she didn't abuse me, I would have been so different as a person. If I wasn't abused, I would have obviously I would have been a lot different in who I am, and it's very hard for me to heal my childhood wounds, because I know I need to go talk to a shrink. I know I do, instead of sitting here and talking, because I feel like I need somebody that is like listening to me, like somebody that understands me, instead of me just explaining myself. But I don't trust the system anymore, because the system has broken me down so much. I don't trust like doctors. I don't trust because I don't trust their opinion, because they're wrong in so many ways. They have been doing me wrong for so many times, and so I don't even know where I should turn, and that is the system. For a lot of people, at least, or also I don't know, at least that's how it is for me. I'm just honest. And so I don't really know what to do. No, I have to like gain back my trust for the system, but the system is so fucked up in so many ways, and so I don't know really what to do. Mm. Yeah. My entire mentality is just I feel like a victim. I know that I have been a victim when it comes to the system. I have been, due to my mother, I have been locked up at the mental institution like 6 or 7 times, kind of. I don't even remember, like everything is just like foggy, but or maybe like 4 or 5 times, but then at different hospitals and shit like that, like 10 times or more, and so. But at the mental institution, I was like forced to be there, even though I didn't want to be there. They kind of like tricks people. If somebody drives you there, if somebody takes you there, somebody that you know, and they are like, well, she's not sane or something, they just lock you up like immediately without even like talking. As I said, they talk to me, but the person that was looking at me, like I knew he was like a motherfucker. The person working there, he was like, yeah, you don't look okay. Like obviously I'm not okay because you're pushing me into a corner because my mother drove me here, like she stabbed me in the back, she betrayed me, and she was like, there's something wrong with her, because she's a fucking narcissist. And so, in the system, also the people working there, they were like, yeah, you don't look okay. Like, obviously I'm not okay. My mother just drove me here because she thinks that I'm not okay. She thinks that I'm not sane or something. Or she knows, also like, deep down she knows there's nothing wrong with me, and that is just the fucking truth. She knows that she is the as an issue, but she would never be honest about that because she's a narcissist. And so I was locked up at the fucking mental institution for so many times just because my mother was there shit talking me, to the people working there. And I just went there with her because I actually forgave her for everything that she did before. And then she wanted to stab me a bit more. And that is what a narcissist does. And that's why I fucking hate narcissistic people. Because they're so jealous, because they're so dishonest, because they're so fucking also filled with like rage and like anger and like I said jealousy, and just they talk so much shit about people. They lie also all the time, pretty much every day. They have to lie about everybody around them just to make themselves look good. But everything that they tell you is like based on lies. And so you can't trust a narcissistic person because all they do is lie about people because they want to make themselves look good. And I became the victim of my mother, also of her abuse, and also I became the victim of her again after I forgave her for a long fucking time, or for a lot of things that has also that happened during my entire life. And so, and then outside, and she betrayed me, she gave me over to the mental institution, and I trusted her when I went there. I was like, because I trusted the system as well, but fuck the system, because that was like nothing's gonna happen, like they're probably gonna tell my mother that I'm okay. But then I became very scared when I was there. You know why? Because I was like, what if they actually lock me up? Like, what if they listen to her? And so I was petrified, I was petrified. And so obviously I'm not okay, and that is what he said. He was like, you don't look okay. And I was like, yeah, okay, but I'm okay. Like, for one time I did lie, obviously because I was fucking scared. I was like, yeah, but I'm okay, you know. And he was like, but you don't look okay. Like we're gonna take you in. It's just so you know. And he just said like just so you know, kind of. Like it was like I didn't have an opinion, which I did, but also, but it went too fast, you know. And I was like, yeah, okay, also okay. And then because I didn't have any other place to go, also because my mother made it that way, and so like she's so manipulative, my mother, and I just, as you know, she has truly betrayed me so much and created so many wounds from within me, and just I don't know if I will ever heal from this, if I'm gonna be honest, because there's so much as I said pain inside of me. And just aside, yeah, I don't know what I should do about life because my mother fucked my life up so. My mother fucked my life up. Also, she fucked my life up so much. And this is what narcissists do. And I feel like nobody understands me, you know. What the fuck is that sound? I feel like nobody understands me. Also, I feel like nobody will get me. If I tell like a shrink this, I don't know if the shrink is even gonna believe me or something. Also, they probably will though, and so I have to like talk about it and just be like, also honest. I have to find like a good shrink to talk to, and just tell them like I'm so disappointed with the system and like with as a healthcare or whatever, you know, in this country, and just I'm so sad and so angry and so disappointed in the system also and also healthcare that they did this to me, that they listened to my mother instead of like being good at psychology when you work at a fucking mental institution or the mental hospital or whatever the fuck you call it, you know, instead of being good with psychology and like reading her, like reading how she, as I said, yeah, if you understand what I'm saying, like reading her mind or just reading her aura or whatever or something like that, I was like, and seeing that like okay, this mother is very like angry or like manipulative and like, and this child or whatever or her child, even though I was a grown up, she looks scared or something like maybe the mother is just an asshole, you know, because that's how it was. But no, they locked me up for 2 weeks. I was locked up and they didn't really allow me to go outside. After that, I was so fucked, you guys. It was excruciating to be there. Not just for my ego, but for my fucking soul. Also, it was so hard to be locked up like that. It was so hard. They took away my clothes, they gave me new clothes. You know how it looks, right? In a mental institution. I wasn't allowed to go outside. The food, also they like, this is the time where when you eat, this is the time when you go to sleep, this is the time when you do everything. When I'm a fucking grown up, I was like 20, so how old was I? I was 23 when it happened. I'm 25 now. But it was so hard, you know, to be abused in that way, because it is abuse to be locked up in a mental institution. Trust me, it's abusive. It's very, very, very traumatizing. Because 1 second, first I was free, and then 1 second after, I was locked up. They just took me downstairs. We went in an elevator or something, and then I was just locked up, and my mother just left me. She was like, goodbye. Like a fucking bitch, you know, that is just the truth. I'm sorry for being harsh, but she was like, goodbye. And then she was like, it's like everything's gonna be fine, because I was like, no, don't go, wait, what is going on, like why am I being locked up, like I don't understand, like why did you even take me here, like I just came with you because I love you, like why am I here? And I started talking to the staff. I'm like, this is not okay, like you're not gonna lock me up. Like I'm sane. I know I'm sane. And they're like, no, no, you're not. Come here, come here. And they just manipulate you like a motherfucker. And that is the system. I fucking hate the system. You don't understand how much I hate the system because they were abusive and also they manipulated me as well. They're like, no, you're not okay. No, you're not okay. We're just gonna take you. We're gonna listen to your mommy. Everything's gonna be fine. When my mother is a fucking satanist and a fucking narcissist that has abused me my entire life. Not just me, all of my siblings. They will say the same thing if you ask them because we were all so abused by her, you know. And she's so fucking good at talking, you know. So fucking narcissistic, it's disgusting. And so, like, also, yeah. And she was like, no, no, we're gonna leave you here. Everything's fine. Just go with the staff. But like, no heart center. Like, yo, I'm sorry, but like, I really feel like you should be here because I truly, like, she didn't even have a heart to heart with me. She just left me. She was like, goodbye. And the staff there, they were the same, no heart center kind of. They were just like, I'll say maybe a few of them, but just a lot of them are like heartless people that are just like, no, no, you're not okay. Like you need to be here. We listen to your mother. Like you need to be here. Like super like deli. Like they don't even have the psychology within them. Trust me, because otherwise they would have noticed that I was just aside. That I was just obviously I was scared in the first room when they took me in. When the first doctor talked to me, he was like, yeah, okay, your mother took you here, like, are you doing okay? And he's just and he was like a fucking satanist or something. Trust me, I'm just honest. Like he was a fucking satanist or something because he looked at me with so much like fucking aside he was from hell or something. That's why I was so fucking scared. And so it was like he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna lock you up, even though he didn't really have a good reason for it. But he was just like, like you don't look okay. And I was like, obviously not, because I'm like super scared to be here. You don't understand. My mother took me here because she's a fucking satanist and a fucking narcissist, and all she does is like fucks me. Also, sorry, she fucks me up. She fucked my life. She fucked my life up. You know, she always does. That is like her goal in life, to like destroy people because it makes her feel good, because then she looks good. If she talks shit about everybody else, if I'm locked up at the mental institution, if she kicks me out and I'm homeless, as such, just because, I'm not gonna say just because, but her reason was like, yeah, you smoke pot, like I know what you're doing. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And then she has a shit ton of things to say about me, right? Instead of like looking herself in the mirror and be like, I abused all of my children, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a satanist, I'm a sex addict, I'm a narcissist, like I'm this and this and this and that, and I abused all my children when they grew up. I abused my husband a shit ton actually, and just I talk shit about all of my friends. I always lose my friends because I'm always jealous of them. Like she doesn't aside she's not looking herself in the mirror, or at least she's not being honest about who she truly is as a person. She always blames the victim as a side, and she always pretends that she's the victim. If you say anything about her, she's as true as a satanist, and it's very scary actually. Especially when I was young, it was very scary to be around her, you know, and so. It's quite off-putting to see her actually because you can feel her energies, and she's like she always has this look on her face like she wants to like fucking strangle you or something. And she did tell me a lot when I was younger. She was like, I will fucking strangle you and shit. She was very, very, as I say, threatening kind of. She always told me like and she always I always heard her telling my stepdad like that she would strangle him. That was something that she said a shit ton. She was like, I will fucking like with so much rage, you guys. And for a child to hear that, it was very abusive to hear her like, I will strangle you, just raging, you know, screaming from the top of her fucking throat like, I will strangle you, and just raging and being drunk, and just like I had a very traumatizing childhood, and I'm still like like it's just a memory, but my logic and just everything about me needs to like understand how much trauma I actually went through as a child, because yeah, it cannot just be a memory. Like I have to fully, as I logically understand also what actually happened, and so that I become a certain, so that I heal, or so that I can finally be me, like who I truly am, when I'm not hurt, when I'm not traumatized, when I'm not scared anymore. But it's gonna take a while because there's so much to go through, you know. And like I said, I don't trust the system anymore after they locked me up, just because my mother told them that I was like pathetic or special, or just I don't really know what she told them if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I know her, so I know that she didn't really say nice things about me, you know. And so and she actually took me there after I became more soul, after I started to believe in like that I did have a soul, not that I was like crazy or anything, like acting out like alltså soul, or alltså, or whatever. Also, if you want to judge me, I was just being more soul, more so. I didn't really talk about it with her. I didn't even mention it, but I was just being more soul with her, whatever that means, you know. Also, so and just and I decided to tell her that I am a boy now. I'm transgender, which was not a good idea, I guess, because that's when she drove me to the hospital, to the mental institution, or mental hospital, whatever. Also, because I actually wanted to hang out with her after I first, vet du, I told her goodbye. I told her that I never want to see her again. I told that I was actually very like harsh with my words, but it was because she had already betrayed me one time then, or a billions of times. Also, if you're gonna go all the way back, but I went back to her one more time before the mental institution. I went back to her one more time, and I regret that so much, because then it was like she was planning so much when I wasn't there. Like, how am I gonna, if she comes back, what can I do this time to fuck her up, to hurt her, to destroy her? Because my mother doesn't want to see me grow, because that makes her jealous, because she's a narcissist, and so it makes her jealous when she sees my growth, or also, if you understand what I'm saying, it makes her jealous. It makes her also super like also furious is the word. Also angry is like, yeah, okay, cool, but like also furious. Also she burns. Also, like, I have never seen it before. It's like she's like on fire. Also when she's like, also she's like in rage almost, and she snaps like no other, because she's always on fire. She's always like furious for some reason, but she hides it in a way that is like disgusting, like a true satanist. They just sit there, but you can like see on their face they're like, as I kind of like, maybe I look angry right now, but trust me, because I am furious now, and I don't want to be a satanist. I'm open and honest here, you know, but I don't want to be like that. And I feel like also, and maybe she has her reasons why she became that way. I'm not saying that she doesn't have her reasons, like why she also. I understand that my mother was abused when she was a child, and I understand that that is why she is narcissistic. But still, like the sadness within her, like I don't really understand it, as I said, and it's just very, also, it can be very scary to see. And I lived with this woman my entire life, and like I said, like I will strangle you, and like I will like also murder you, or just as I rage like no other. Like I've never seen anybody rage like her, and it was so scary when I was young. And she always like locked us out. Like me and my brother we were never allowed like within us, like inside of the house, kind of during the days, or also at least on the weekends or whatever. And I was never allowed to like not go to school, and you're kind of like, maybe you're like, yeah, okay, what the fuck, but just listen, because I was so sad and I was so hurt and I was so broken when I was like 5 years old or something already, due to also how she treated us. And so if I was like sick or something, and I was also truly sick, alltså in, alltså så här, vad heter det, either alltså så super depressed or like and super like nauseous and like whatever the fuck it was, if I could, also if I was like I can't go to school today, or I don't want to go to school today, I don't feel like I'm okay. I was always so sad when I told her, because I just knew that she would like rage at me, like scream with rage, you know, and be like, you're fucking going to school, you fucking CP-barn, or just you fucking retard, like you are going to school. Like she was so abusive, you know, and it was just like, and like, you are not allowed inside, like you motherfucker, like to a child that is like 3 or 4 or 5 years old, you know, like you fucking retard, like you're not allowed in the fucking house, get the fuck out of my sight, always. And so she never gave me any love, as I ever, kind of, because it also said it was always like that, you know, like as I get the fuck out of my sight, even though like I needed her love, you know, it was like I needed a mother, but yeah, get the fuck out of my sight, like it was always a thing, always. And so it makes me, also, it makes me angry today. I'm not, also at least I'm not scared of her anymore, you know. It took me a long time not to be scared of my mother, because I was so scared of her. I played this role, I was like super calm, always just very quiet. I was just very quiet and very calm as my entire childhood, kind of. I never laughed, because laughing makes her angry. And so I'm still like trying to understand, like, just how and why, and just, you know, like it makes me sad, because like, can you understand that, like a child programming themselves into not laughing, into also not genuine, also being genuine, also I didn't allow myself to be happy, because I knew if I was happy in front of her, it was just an inner knowing, I guess. I didn't really have the knowledge and the IQ to understand, like, logically, like, yeah, okay, cool, like, don't be happy because she's a narcissist and it makes her angry and like jealous and shit. But I just innerly, also sorry if you understand what I'm saying, I just understood, like, don't be happy in front of this person, because she's gonna rage at you and she's gonna tell you that you're awful and that you're disgusting and that you're worthless, and she's gonna come up with something that is just like abusive, just because she saw you like genuine. As I don't know how to pronounce that word, so fuck it. Just if she sees you happy, if she can hear that you're laughing, she's gonna explode, you know. And so don't be happy. And so I had like the wrong programming, obviously, for a lot of years. And so I'm still trying to understand why, because I just know, also that I'm still trying, I'm trying to find myself, if you understand what I mean, like spiritually. And so it's just knowing who I am truly supposed to be, aside who I am when I am authentic and real in who I truly am. But I understand now that, like, I was never being myself. Also, when I was young, I couldn't smile as that like I do now. I couldn't like cry as the way that I do now. I couldn't be myself, so I was like an actress or an actor. I'm gonna say now like an actor because I'm a boy. I'm a dude. I'm transgender. But just, I was an actor when I was younger. You know, I wasn't being myself because I couldn't be myself. It's impossible to be yourself around a narcissistic satanist that is abusing you every single day, because they're frightening. It's truly like, so it's very scary to be around a satanist and narcissistic. As a narcissistic satanist is just like, the narcissist is just like the cherry on top, you know, but the satanist himself is just like or herself is just like, it's so fucking disgusting and so fucking scary. So fucking scary, you know? And just, like, I'm in kind of not in shock, but I'm still like, yeah, okay, cool, what the fuck am I saying right now? You know, I truly need therapy or something. Like I said, the system fucked me over. So I'm like, I don't know if I feel like I will find somebody to talk to. I have to go to the healthcare again and just ask them, like, I'm still traumatized from my childhood, like I need to talk to like a trauma therapist or something about my mother, because my mother abused me so much when I was a child, and just I really need your help. But because it's very hard aside to go also to go through it alone. But yeah, like I couldn't laugh because it would make her angry. It would make her rage. It would make her super abusive if I just aside if I laughed, you know. So and so I never laughed pretty much. Maybe when I was with a few friends, maybe, but the abuse, you know, within the home, it affected who I was outside of the home. And so I was never being myself, kind of, or just I wasn't being happy. I was never like confident. I wasn't like, I didn't like care for myself. All I ever did was just rest when I was at home. I was always inside of my room. I was never in the living room because I wasn't welcome in the living room. That is very important for you guys to understand, that I wasn't as I welcome also inside of the living room. um, so I was always isolated. I was always in my bedroom. I was always crying. I didn't understand I didn't see myself as somebody that was worthy of anything, because she always told me I was worthless. But I was always crying, but I didn't know I didn't knew why I was crying. I was just like, I don't know why I'm crying. Like, you're worthless. You know you're worthless, right? Like, why are you even crying? You know, that is how I viewed myself. That is how I saw myself when I was like 13, 14. It was very hard when I was like 13 to like 15, 16. So it was so much disgusting things happen. I'm gonna stop now because I can only record for like 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna make a new video because I just feel like talking about this, you know. So yeah, thank you so much. If anybody is watching this, I'm sorry, or just I don't know, but yeah, I truly need therapy, and yeah. Like I said, the system fucked me over, and I feel like I can't trust anybody, and so yeah. Thank you so much. Goodbye.